Otu today, roll up, ladies and gentlemen. One man went to Mo. Otu today, it is here again. I am here again. Hope you're here with me. And more importantly, hope the internet holds up for today. We had a bit of a system breakdown yesterday, so we had to abandon, but are refreshed and ready to go again. One man went to Mo. The session commences and your company required. So gather, come, let's spend however long this last together. One man went to Mo. The eagle has landed.
Another Savior, holy, 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 Adimegojuku. Another Savior, holy, 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 Adimegojuku.
Well, this is Mobien. This is dedicated to the gallant heroes of the Nigerian Biafra War and IPO families all over the world. I remember the Nigerian Biafran War, in the thickness of the Biafra genocide. Hey, one man revived the vanishing hope to life. Let the great Biafran army to fight, and they were singing out, holy, 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 holy. Another great leader has risen up now. Oh, and he's leading the Biafrans to victory. In your madika, yabika kokwanam no wow. Hey, anamekele maduche mefo. Manemo, it's an honor having you on board. When I'm singing along, holy, 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 holy. He's another Savior.
Another Savior, holy, 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 Adimegojuku. Another Savior, holy, 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 Adimegojuku.
Well, this is Mobien. This is dedicated to the gallant heroes of the Nigerian Biafra War and IPO families all over the world. I remember the Nigerian Biafran War, in the thickness of the Biafra genocide. Hey, one man revived the vanishing hope to life. Let the great Biafran army to fight, and they were singing out, holy, 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 holy. They were singing out, holy, 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 holy. He's another Savior. Holy, 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 holy. He's another Savior. Many years after the genocide, whoa, yet another great leader has risen up now. Oh, and he's leading the Biafrans to victory. In your madika, yabika kokwanam no wow. Hey, anamekele maduche mefo.
And there it is. Debe Ucheme4. So it was only Ucheme4 that I understood. So, and I don't think they were saying kind words about him. I think they hate him in that space. So, holy, as guys, I bring you this. So, holy, as guys, I bring you this. Muslim ticket. Bola Tinubu speaks on dropping Shettima as running mate. So the pressure continues to mount in that space. The anticipation was that it would be a flash bang and then dissipate. But it is not dissipating as quickly as people were anticipating that it would. The Muslim ticket, of course, because it seems to be holding the headline for longer than you anticipated that it would do. Muslim ticket. Bola Tinubu speaks on dropping Shettima as running mate. So has he buckled to the pressure? Is the question. So we'll find that out shortly. Still with that Muslim ticket, as I said, it is commanding all the headlines as we speak. APC Muslim ticket. What your utterances? Ganduje replies Babachir Lawal. So essentially, shut your mouth. I should have actually put that as the headline. Maybe that would have been more of a clickbait than the one that I put. APC Muslim ticket. What your utterances? Ganduje replies Babachir. So what utterances being uttered and what shutdown being invited? We find all that out shortly. So this is a running side battle within the Nigerian presidential race. So that a side show, effectively, a little side bet that is going on. RENO OMOKRI mocks obedience, says less than 500 people attended Obi's Osun rally. So yes, we saw that rally also yesterday in yesterday's session, and one of the panelists pointed out that the crowds don't look especially that big. So of course the usual excuse is, oh, it is Osun State. We is not known in Osun State. It is this, that, and the other. The camera did not capture the. We know the usual pushback that you get to that, but it is factually the case. But maybe not factually the case because I'm pretty sure that RENO OMOKRI did not do a head count. But what he's saying essentially is that the crowd that welcomed Obi to Osun State does not marry up with the narrative that we're hearing that the movement is sweeping all and sundry and every young person. If there's one person in Osun State, it is young people. The whole place is packed. I think it's about 80% youth population they have in Osun State. So where was that constituency for Peter Obi is the question RENO OMOKRI is asking. RENO OMOKRI mocks obedience, says less than 500 people attended Obi's Osun rally. So the excuses, of course, they come readily to that space, and I'm sure they will come quick and fast to that headline. Okwanso picks a Lagos pastor, Bishop Idahosa, as running mate. So who Bishop Idahosa is, I'm not especially tuned into that space, so we'll find out together. If you know already, then you know, but a lot of us that don't know who Bishop Idahosa is, we'll find out. And then, of course, we'll find out exactly why he's now the substantive running mate of the man from Kano State. Breaking, Kwakwanso picks Lagos pastor Bishop Idahosa as running mate. So it looks as though he especially likes Lagos because that's the second time he's shopped there. The placeholder was from Lagos, Bolaji Johnson. Now the substantive holder is from Lagos State as well. Muslim ticket still, as I said, this refuses to leave the headlines. So Muslim ticket, defectors return to APC, change story about Tinubu Shettima. So that has been the anticipation that a lot of this hoo-ha and brouhaha that we're hearing around this, oh, Muslim ticket is dead and buried. This has finished it. It will never recover from this. It's just empty noise. And everybody that is satiated enough, marinated enough in politics will know that it's all bluster, but there will be no bang. So it's all bluster and there will be no bang. And there being no bang is already reflecting in the decampees who took the headline, rather of umbrage at Muslim ticket And when the Muslim ticket narrative is starting to peter out, they walk quietly back through the back door to come back to the party. So all bluster, no bang. So all bluster, no bang, and that is the menu. So lean back, kick back, take it easy, relax into it. The usual protocol, if you want to come join me on the screen, click on the hyperlink that says StreamYard. That is the one highlighted on the screen, and it should be in the comment section as well. So if you want to come join me on the screen, click on that hyperlink that says StreamYard. As you are coming in, click on the like button. That needs to be improved. And click on the subscribe button as well. That needs to be improved too. So the like button and the subscribe button, they are mandatory buttons that you must click on. So you must click on the like button. And if you're not already subscribed, you must click on the subscribe button as well. So those are compulsory. So there's no subjectivity to that. You must click on the like button and you must click on the subscribe button as well. So, but the hyperlink that says StreamYard, that is at your discretion. If you feel inclined to come and join me on the screen, then you click on that to come join me on the screen. So that is optional. That is at your discretion. But the like and subscribe button, they are compulsory buttons which you must click on. So as you set about the clickings, let's provide a little bit of a liquid nourishment. Get your calabash to the ready as we join the guys.
Water, only water, only water, where they see my water. Hapa you don't come oh. Hapa oh night oh. Oro keke elemu ye o. Ide shodi ya keke elemu re o. Bobby master keke elemu re o. Chifu Latif keke elemu re o. Eruku lele elemu de. Eruku lele egbe elemu dodo jare o. Eruku lele Ghana ti de everybody o. Ọmọ ẹlẹ́yẹ ẹyẹ o ó dilé o. Odúyẹ̀lá ẹyẹ o ó dilé o. Petrosoname ẹyẹ o ó dilé o. Petrosodunke ẹyẹ rẹ̀ ó dilé o. Ẹlẹ́kọ̀ ọ̀run mú ìní o. Àkùkọ ọ̀run mẹ́kọ̀. Ikú kò ní rí wa gbéṣe o.
And there it is right there. Iku Koniriwa Agbeshe, the care guys. So Iku Koniriwa Agbeshe, as guys, I bring you this. Muslim ticket. Bola Tinubu speaks on dropping Shettima as running mate. The presidential candidate of the All Progressives Congress APC, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, has stated that he would not be pressured into dropping Senator Kashim Shettima as his running mate. The former governor of Lagos State made this known through the spokesman of the Bola Tinubu campaign organization, Bayo Ononuga, on Wednesday. Recall that Tinubu's choice to pick Senator Kashim Shettima as his running mate for the 2023 election, which means the APC will be fielding. Recall that Tinubu's choice to pick Senator Kashim Shettima as his running mate for the 2023 general election, which means the APC will be fielding a Muslim ticket, has drawn widespread criticism from concerned Nigerians, religious leaders, opposition parties, and the Christian Association of Nigeria. Speaking with correspondent Onanuga stated that Bola Tinubu would not be pressured into replacing the former Borno state governor. That is not possible. There is nothing like that going on in our camp. We have seen this move before. All these campaigns to pitch us against fellow Nigerians. It happened in 1993 and the result was clear. There was pressure from several quarters for MKO Abiola to drop King Gibe, but because of his Muslim background. I pray people will come back to their senses to discover that what they should be looking at is not religion but competence of the candidate to deliver and take the country to a greater height. They will soon realize that. As I said earlier, there is no likelihood that our presidential candidate will drop Shettima. He has selected him and Shettima will remain. He is a cool candidate. Either of them can be president, he said. So there it is, a cool guy, according to what the Tinubu camp are saying to us. He's a cool guy. That is why they effected maybe he's a rare, as they say back in the day. He's a cool guy. This is why they appointed him, the killer from Borno. So from that to this, but still within the same space, APC Muslim ticket, what your utterances? Ganduje replies, Babachir Lawal. Governor Abdullahi Ganduje of Kano State has asked former Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Babachir Lawal, to watch his utterances on the controversial issue of Muslim presidential ticket of the All Progressive Congress APC. Mr. Ganduje, in a statement released on Wednesday by Kano State Commissioner for Information, Mohammed Garba, said Mr. Lawal is spreading falsehood and preaching intolerance. Both Messrs. Ganduje and Lawal are members of the APC. The presidential candidate of the APC, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, a Muslim from Lagos State, southwest Nigeria, on Sunday nominated Kashim Shettima, a Muslim from Borno State in the northeast region, as his running mate for the 2023 election. The nomination has since sparked various reactions, particularly within the party. Northern Christian members of the APC had in a statement described the decision as insensitive, whilst Elisha Abo, an APC senator from Adamawa, resigned from Tinubu's campaign organization. Mr. Lawal, who backed the former Lagos State governor during the primaries, condemned the decision in a statement on Tuesday. In the statement, Mr. Lawal alleged that several intellectuals around Tinubu have left, allowing bigots to take advantage of his long ambition to be president. He described Mr. Shettima as a Greek gift from the governors of the APC. Tinubu is a very good man. He is a great listener. He has a very humble and friendly disposition to everyone. He is very generous in both cash and kind, especially where it could advance his political interest. But I have realized that it is in the nature of power that sycophants and lapdogs have the most influence on leaders with such character traits. They will lie to him, malign and disparage others, and generally do anything to curry his favor, and also put well-meaning associates in bad light. I suspect this is what has happened to my friend. He has been cornered by self-serving, hero-worshipping lapdogs. It never used to be like that. Whilst in his heyday in Lagos, he surrounded himself with smart, streetwise guys that could tell truth to power. He had Rauf Aregbesola, Yemi Osinbajo, Babatunde Fashola, Dele Alake, Muiz Banire, etc. The Lagos days were the days of think tanks, strategic planning, monitoring and evaluation, principles and ideology. These people have since grown up and moved up to establish their own systems leaving my friend stranded. Nature, they say, abhors vacuum. So nature abhors vacuum. So, welcome to the Abuja equivalent. But the Abuja equivalent are people inflicted with the modern Nigerian disease, religious bigotry, sycophancy, and morbid tribalism. They are mostly political jobbers who are most times not averse to the application of diabolical means. So you all know what about diabolical means, of course. It means babalawo, as you know. They are mostly political jobbers who are They are mostly political jobbers who act, you should say, most times not adverse to the application of diabolical means. Gone are the days of think tanks and strategic planning. Gone are the days of principles and ideology. Try and call a meeting, they will not attend. Try and make a plan, they will sabotage it. Everything is ad hoc, everything is chaotic because they excel in such environment. The result is that they have played on his long-term ambition to be president and have built it into a sort of desperation and a crescendo that easily justifies this satanic resort to a Muslim ticket. This is the calamity that has befallen my friend. Ganduje responds. Mr. Ganduje said Mr. Lawal ought to consider his relationship with Mr. Tinubu before coming out with the statement. It is unfortunate that at a time when the country needs to be united for national development and religious tolerance, a man of Babachir's caliber, who is highly respected, will spread falsehood without much consideration to his position in the All Progressives Congress and close relationship with the party flag bearer, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, he said. He urged Mr. Lawal and other internal critics to be mindful of their utterances, especially on religious matters, and support the APC for quality leadership that will deliver the country from its challenges. So that's the back and forth then. So it's pretty much still high tension on that Muslim ticket that Tinubu has presented. So high tension, and even from within his own party, that is probably where the tension is at its highest. So let's take a pit stop from Tinubu and his Muslim Fulanization agenda, and let's go to Peter Obi. RENO OMOKRI mocks obedience, says less than 500 people attended Obi's Osun rally. A socio-political commentator, RENO OMOKRI, has claimed that less than 500 people attended the rally of Labour Party ahead of Saturday's governorship election in Osun State. The party held a rally on Wednesday to campaign for Lasun Yusuf, its candidate in the election. Peter Obi, the Labour Party presidential candidate, was in attendance. Whilst appealing to residents not to sell their votes, Obi advised Whilst appealing to residents not to sell their votes, Obi advised them to collect money from vote buyers and then vote for Labour Party. He said Yusuf is competent and capable to be the next governor of Osun State. Reacting shortly after the rally, Omokri said, perhaps a bit more people could have attended this Labour Party and then he, pardon me, reacting shortly after the rally, Omokri said, perhaps a bit more people could have attended this Labour Party, and then he put it in quotation marks, mega rally. If only the insults and threats of obedience could have converted to votes. Oh yeah, insult me. Replying under his tweet, a user wrote, "You are a very stupid man. Anybody can't send a crowd." So there it is, predictable as usual. Don't you think insults like yours are the reasons less than 500 people attended your obedient Labour Party rally in Osun State? Omokri replied the tweet. Last Friday, Omokri accused Obi's fans of bullying, adding that the Labour Party candidate should be held responsible if anything happened to him. He chastised the former Anambra governor for describing himself as a pilot and other presidential candidates as mere drivers in one of his latest interviews. So that's the side kerfuffle that is going on within the Nigerian political space. So the side show, Omokri versus the Obedience. So back to the main event. Kwakwanso picks Lagos pastor Bishop Idahosa as running mate. Senator Rabiu Kwakwanso, the presidential candidate of the new Nigeria People's Party (NNPP), has chosen Bishop Isaac Idahosa as his running mate for the 2023 elections. The party made the announcement on the official Twitter page on Thursday. Our Vice President Pastor Bishop Isaac Idahosa is from Edo State, the party tweeted. Idahosa is the senior pastor of God First Ministry, also known as Illumination Assembly, with its headquarters at Lekki Light Center, Ajah, Lagos. He is from Edo. More details to follow. So more details to follow tells you that it is breaking news. But I think I have it twice. So let me see if there's more details in this second, in this different, from this other news outlets. Kwakwanso picks Bishop Idahosa as running mate. So let's see if we get more from this. The presidential candidate of the new Nigeria People's Party, Rabiu Kwakwanso, has picked Bishop Isaac Idahosa as his running mate for the 2023 general elections. The party made the announcement on its official Twitter page on Thursday. Our VP, Pastor Bishop Isaac Idahosa, is from Edo State, the party tweeted. Idahosa, 57, is the presiding bishop, God First Ministry, also known as Illumination Assembly, with its headquarters at Lekki Light Center, LCC, Ajah, Lagos. The church was started in Minna, Niger State, more than 25 years ago after he gave his life to Christ in 1979. His ministry is rumored to be worth over 3 billion naira. He is also a gospel singer and has 3 albums to his credit. Idahosa grew up in Niger State. Where he had his formal education, enjoying scholarship to university level. He is married to Christy Idahosa and blessed with 2 children. So there it is right there. And there it is right there. Chris Okote sort of a character, you know, I need someone to, you remember, you have to be of a certain age to remember Chris Okote. When he was a singer, that's how we remember him. You need someone to be in your life and all that nonsense. So back to Tinubu now. Muslim ticket defectors return to APC. Change story about Tinubu Shettima. So this is the anticipation. The APC The APC national stakeholders, a group that angrily dumped the party after their presidential candidate Bola Ahmed Tinubu chose a Muslim running mate, have returned. The convener of the group, Engineer Aliyu Audu, said they have realized that Tinubu's decision to pick Kashim Shettima is in the best interest of the country. Audu insisted that the decision to pick a Muslim running mate must have been a difficult decision for the party flag bearer due to the policy of inclusion. He explained that the group has decided to prioritize capacity, competence, and character over religion and ethnicity, he said. For the past few weeks, members of the APC and indeed Nigerians have waited anxiously to see who will be the running mate of our party's presidential candidate in the 2023 general election. With Tinubu's announcement of Shettima as his running mate, The wait is over and the next phase of electioneering process is birthed. Whilst we may have advocated for the selection of a running mate with a faith different from that of the presidential candidate to give the sense of inclusion to followers of both major religions, we are aware that to build an effective working society, we must prioritize capacity, competence, character over religion and ethnicity, especially as prioritizing such sentiments in the past have not provided the desired goal of sense of inclusion, which can only truly be achieved when all Nigerians experience good governance at all levels, regardless of their faith, ethnicity, or social class. So there it is. Oh, it still goes on. This has reaffirmed our trust and confidence in his. This has reaffirmed our trust and confidence in his abilities as the leader to make decisions whose overall interest for the country. That's how they wrote it. Either in the immediate or for the future. Uh, this has reaffirmed our trust and confidence in his abilities as a leader to make decisions whose overall interest for the country, either in the immediate or for the future, towers above sentiments that are though equally important but not enough requirements for the leaders we need to prosecute the task ahead. It is on this basis that we call on patriotic and well-meaning Nigerians to see this as a confirmation that our next president will not shy away from making tough decisions when the need arises, and that such decisions would be made in the best interest of our collective success, whilst also taking every sentiment into consideration. The group went ahead to pledge its loyalty to the party and promised to ensure the victory of the ticket. The birth of a new Nigeria that works is upon us, and we have every belief that Shettima is one of the vehicles to that destination. His track record of bringing developments close to the people, whilst he served as governor of Borno, despite the challenges posed by the Boko Haram insurgency, places him above his peers. As a senator, he has proved his mettle by moving motions and bills critical to the development of the nation. He is a patriotic Nigerian who knows not the social, cultural, religious, economic. He is a patriotic Nigerian who knows not the social, cultural, religious, economic, and political structure of the country, but lives by them. His ability to relate with people of different tribes and religions, a quality he has demonstrated by having some of his closest aides from the southern region and of a different faith, stands him out as one of the most detribalized Nigerians today. We are therefore excited by his choice as the APC presidential running mate, and we welcome, embrace, and endorse the decision with the belief that it will birth a new Nigeria where ethnicity, religion, gender, and place of origin will not constitute impediment to the growth and development of every citizen. We promise to commit ourselves in ensuring not only the victory of the ticket, but one with unprecedented vote and margin ever recorded in the history of the presidential contest in the country, he added. So there it is right there. And they start to come back. And they start to come back as predicted, they would start to come back. So this last one now, Davido lands in Osun State and he starts a fight. So typical then of the amable behavior of this guy. Singer Davido almost got into a fight as he stormed Osun State. Nigerian singer David Adeleke, aka Davido, almost got into a scuffle as he visited his motherland. The singer, who has been aggressively campaigning for his uncle, Senator Ademola Adeleke, who is vying for the governorship seat in Osun State, is currently in Osun State. Storming his hometown, Davido is giving his uncle all the support he needs as the D-Day draws near. The singer almost lost his cool as one of the touts welcoming him to his hometown invaded his privacy. The man got too close to Davido, which left the singer displeased. The father of three confronted him as his security came to his aid. So there it is. So he lands with a bang, essentially. So the usual noise making. So there it is, and here they are. Saki father, I see you, and Ovie, I see you, or we can barely see you as you continue to. Are you still riding this Kwakwanso train? Have you not abandoned this nonsense? What is going on? Even Kwakwanso has abandoned.
Actually, that's why I came on to ask you. So you still believe it's going to drop for Atiku or Tinubu, Abi?
It's good. Even Kwakwanso has started to pack up the shop now, and you are still there.
I was shocked when that is the only thing you picture out in that comment. The man is emphasizing on Tinubu's health. He's sick. He should go get help. You totally ignore that part.
Don't worry. You know politics as well as I do, or maybe you don't. I don't know. But no, Kwakwanso don't finish now. Everybody is in Osun State fighting. We
are working. We are working on the ground.
You don't need the votes in Osun State, Abi? Or
no. They make that one day first. We were in there prepare for it when it comes out. So let it go.
All right.
We'll watch and see how it plays out.
All right. Kwakwanso is for sale anyway, and most likely will sell himself to Tinubu.
No. Now you don't change your languages. Now it's not most likely. You are very certain that it's going to drop for Tinubu.
It will do. I'm pretty certain that he will sell himself to Tinubu now. You know that now, V. I'm not telling you anything you don't know. You know,
really?
You know,
I don't know where that is coming from. That's why it's always sound funny to me. You and Joel, Kulata, we're so focused. We're so sure that it's going to drop on this.
You know it. You know. You must know.
Seriously.
Where is he? Where is he in the presidential race? We are seeing Peter Obi's hustle. We are seeing Tinubu's hustle. We are seeing Atiku's hustle. Where is he? He's just sitting in some studio talking about Tinubu.
Remember the first day I came here, I argued that even you, if they won't make you president, other 3 months, they will turn things around. Remember I said that?
Don't worry about that. Don't worry about
that.
The presidential election will be concluded by November.
It has been concluded already. All this is a charade. We know that.
All right. Okay, so that's.
But it's not going to drop. It's going all the way. It's a 4-horse race. Just so you pray for that. It's a 4-horse race. It's not going to drop for anybody. It's too big for that.
No, it will drop. Because even Ruben Abati was telling him that, look, you are a one party, you are a one state man. So what is all this noise? Stop constituting a nuisance to the space.
It's okay. Now the nuisance, that what you consider as nuisance, it is what is throwing the big boys off their game. They are confused. They don't know. The numbers are not adding up.
No, the numbers are not adding up because of Peter Obi, not because of
because of Peter Obi from the southwest and NNPP from the northwest, southeast and northwest. That's why the game is not adding up. If you just Peter Obi, then you're going to be 2-horse race. You're just going to be PDP and APC. It's not going to get much. We all know that. But it's because these two people entered the race, it threw the calculation up. Nobody can beat the chest that I'm going to get the 24 state outrightly or go to win 4 zone. Nobody, none of them can do that. The only zone that are sure for these people is that Southwest is sure for Tinubu and Northwest is sure for Konkoso. That's the only thing that is certain at this point.
Don't say Northwest is sure for Kwakwanso. Northwest is not sure for Kwakwanso.
Mama, okay.
Even Kano State is not sure for Kwakwanso.
I will go ahead and put a little bit step, but the whole north is sure for Konkoso. Let me put it that way. The whole north, from Lokoja, from Okene, from my neighboring Uguri to.
All right, you know they say the internet never forgets.
Yes,
you cannot take these words back.
No, I'm not. I've been saying, I actually bet that nobody can be Konkoso in the north. I actually put my money there already. In the whole north, nobody can be Konkoso as it stands.
All right.
What are going on the ground over very soon you will see the men will begin fall apart one by one.
All right. Peter Obi will certainly defeat Kwakwanso in the north, especially as he's presenting us with Bishop Idahosa. I thought Idahosa was philanthropist from Edo State. When did he become? What's all this one now? What's going on?
Well,
as if things were not bad enough for him, he goes to bring. What is that? Is this some sort of? Is this guy trolling us? Is this what he's doing? Is
no.
Kwakwanso trolling people?
It might look like that, but if you pay attention for how the NNPP, getting their ground is that they go after the deprived and the disgruntled. Anyone with they treat bad, either political party, by a group or whatever, we go after them. So that's what you are seeing. Almost all the people that they come to, the big wigs that actually they come to NNPP now, people who either they deny they do injustice to them from their party where they're coming from. They rob them of their ticket, or so that's what you are seeing. So that's what informed the decision of it. Also, too. I mean, the old Christian, like you can see, Bola Tinubu and the APC decided to say, you know what, Christian, we don't need your vote. In fact, matter of fact, you guys are not competent. You don't have what it takes to even be vice, not even be presidency. So that's what informed the decision of a Stanley man like my brother, quote unquote, from Edo State. Basically, that was I always say. I mean, we always say the renowned pastor is well known within the Christian community. Among the elite too, is well known because of the lifestyle they live and what he was able to achieve with that. Is where his reach is vast. I mean, to the international community world. So he's a musician, as you actually put it. So we are after it's not just the Tinubu.
You know, I've never heard of the guy before.
That's
and as I'm sure a lot of people have not.
Yeah, but that's how we go for the underdogs, you know.
So it doesn't bring anything to Kwakwanso other than just to fulfill INEC's requirements.
No, I told you it's one of this. I mean, among the Christendom right now, who is more studied than he among all both the vice and the presidents, even the Labour Party himself, who pride himself as a Catholic man, is not as sound as in terms of when it comes to community in the Christendom. It's known. It's one of the biggest church in the whole north. It's situated in Mina. That's where he started the ministry from. So that should tell you a lot too. It's grounded.
Why didn't he go and pick somebody popular like Oyedepo, or somebody that people know, somebody that can actually bring votes?
No. Those are we have seen. I mean, the difference between Oyedepo and Adeboye and Starboy Oshibanjo. What's the difference? The difference is that it's just they are older and they are they are number one in their various domains. But Oshibanjo is still very popular among the Christendom in terms of his pastoral argument. So you can easily group in among that too. And I won't be surprised if they make him the G of Redeem after Adeboye. So we are not going for people like that. We are going for the underdogs, people who house his house is pretty much known as the house of celebrity. Pretty much all the Nollywood stars are his power. So you can see the strategic targeting in that, and it's from Edo State. I mean, can you beat that? Since our brothers from the south is they know what that share, we'll give it to the south. So, and again, incoming from Edo State is also a strategy to actually throw the numbers off for both the PDP and the OBs. It's sad I have to keep putting it because I don't actually believe that he even has a constituency, but for the sake of the argument, let's put him there. But now, instead of the two of them dancing to the poll that we are going to share the vote of the South side equal, I mean, now it's not even a 4 vote within that region with the factors of Oko Watu. So if you look at it critically, political wise, it's a very strategic. Is the right pick for Konkoso.
It's a ridiculous pick, of course. But then, you know how I see it. Kwakwanso, as we all know, outside of you, people who know politics, as they know, he's just negotiating himself into senior relevance, and he doesn't necessarily need anybody of any real. He just needs to fulfill INEC's requirement. So he's just gonna pick this guy. If he had been able to get Peter Obi, then that would have made his bargaining power stronger. But with this guy now, he's just bargaining by himself. So Kwakwanso never turned up in Ekiti, of course. He never turned up in Osun State, of course. But he wants to be president of Nigeria. Even
as I said, in terms of him being physically visible in all those locations you mentioned, there's still time for that. But there are a lot of work going on the ground.
So today is Thursday. The election is Friday.
Now, if the word actually, it was not actually just NNPP as a party or Konkoso as a person that is pushing for OB. Even the elite in the country want the election to be one way. I mean, we are complaining we don't have money to contest the election. Now we want to do 2 rounds election. That's what actually was pushing for that Peter Obi space. I mean, Peter Obi and Konkoso coming together would have just be, done and over with. Would have be straight shot. But because now that did not come, they have to start budgeting. Before you know, now you go to see INEC, they approve of that hundreds of billions for a second round election, and that's what the nation was trying to avoid. That's why they're pushing for that to be an Okozo. But as soon as they don't get it, this is what it is. It's going to go for 4 horse race, and for the fact that nobody can claim that I'm going to win accurately, that makes the game very more interesting. So what you are saying?
What do you mean for horse race? Are you adding? Are you adding Showore to Obi?
No. I'm not adding Showore. It's a NNPP, PDP, APC, and Labour Party. So what is going to happen? The first 2 are going to go for the runoff. That's where the calculation is. So who are those guys going to finish the first runoff?
Yes.
I mean,
I'm glad you are smiling as you are saying this, so people know that you are trolling. Anyway, let's just.
No. This is not my first time saying it. That's why I'm just. I mean, you know me now. They always smile unless they push me to the wall. I mean, I know
all right. So Tinubu insists that he's going to double down on Shettima and weather the storm. So I mean, he has no choice now. It will show in indecisiveness if he drops the guy. So that decision has been made, and he has to live or die by it. Ovie.
Yeah, I'm not surprised for the man he picked Shettima. I know it's. I mean, if you boil down to that part of the zone, which is the northeast, it's going to be when people are saying Zulum cannot be going for the same position that his boss aspired to. That's why I kind of fault Starboy for actually going ahead with his presidential ambition. Why his Oga Tinubu is also in the race. So I know that's not going to happen. So I know what Shettima they're going to give. Now,
hold on, not because you mentioned Zulum. Do you think the pushback would be this vociferous if he had picked Zulum?
No. It won't have been this because the argument would not be the argument.
Zulum will still be a Muslim, but people like Zulum. That's just
the argument that would have been to push that narrative back would have been: he's a young man, he's a performing guy, he's new, he's fresh. So that would have killed all this Muslim. But for the fact that it's not him and they pick the older man, so that you see, there's no thing else to push back on that ticket than to say, oh, the Muslim, Christian. But again, I think what informed that decision, if I'm reading the permutation that is coming from the Tinubu camera, is the fact that again they are not they are trying to make sure they finish among that first 2. That's what you are seeing here. But again, if I were him,
APC is trying to make sure they finish among the first 2.
Yes, one man. Nobody can.
There's a danger that they might not. Is what you are suggesting? It's possible that APC and Tinubu, they might not finish among.
Yes.
All right.
Wait, now
we are back to Amsterdam blend. Are we okay? Carry on.
Right. Mama, just a wake up. Now, if I were him, I would have gone for, since I'm going to take risk, it's a risk, I'm going all out. Why don't you go for Pantami, who is from that region too? That would have been best. He's young. Is in terms of religious wise, more religious than anybody you can think of.
You know who would have guaranteed him the presidency, Tinubu? If it was going in that direction, if you are just going to pick Osama bin Laden, then let's go all the way now. I mean,
one man. Why you make me laugh?
Why not Osama now? Why not Osama?
Let me finish my point before you make me laugh. Right, I am dead serious when I say Pantani, right? Yes, his president might be polarized among us, the West, but they call Muslim, they call Northerners. Are with that guy, and he's young. That would have been a risk going for Muslim. Go on, you. People are not even seeing Tinubu as a Muslim self.
No, they don't. They don't see him as a
Muslim. So go for the hardcore. Who will kill? Who will bring the young people's vote? Who will give people like Konkoso even fight for his own zone, being the kind of Muslim that guy is? Or He would have just gone the other way around, gone to where Konkoso is, going for governor of Kebbi State, which is Bagudu. And I understand say that man say can match Tinubu, that money by money, blah, blah, blah. Maybe that is his fear. But that would have been risk worth taking. You go all out. Or in fact, go for the young man in Kogi State. Go for what's his name? Bello Yahya. He's young. He's from the north. So if I'm me, that's what I expect them to do. But them going all the way to Shettima, they are trying to split the votes for Atiku. Open that, Atiku will not dominate that zone. If Atiku cannot dominate that zone, then whose zone is going to dominate? He has lost the confidence of the southeast. Tinubu, Wike is there giving him stress from the south. Around Okowa cannot do much. Nanda, the pastor, has fingered from Edo State, from neighboring state. So I try to see objectively why they decide to go for Muslim ticket, but it's still a very tough one. But I mean, there's nothing we can do about it. It's a game for us. If I have to divide a little bit, it's a win-win for us. That's why we decided to go for a call. But it's a good. But again, if I'm reading the mind of the dirty Joes, I mean, the hardcore northerners, people who are making the decision on the background, I'm reading their mind. It's just a set up to fail. They are setting them up to fail.
All right, thank you. So before I move you on to the next talking point, let me acknowledge Kulata's super chat, which is pointed in your direction. It says, Ovie put in his best spin on an abysmal ticket. You are too generous, Kulata, describing it as a ticket. It's not even a ticket, is it really? It's just some dying, not dying physically, but politically, some dying politically dying guy from Kano State. It's just I'm still here. I'm still here now. Look at me. It's look at me, isn't it?
It is not there.
So look at me. So Oye putting his best spin on an abysmal ticket. Thank you for
Kulata. Kulata using that word is beginning to realize in the reality of ground, because as at 3 days, I was trying to come back, was it 4 or 5 days ago, when it was up, I couldn't get to speak. When he was so confident that Tinubu, what's his name? Just because you spin the headline that Akonkoso said, if no be him, he go give Tinubu. Inside was being very energetic, say yes, he's going to work for Tinubu. It was so funny, but his confidence in that. But for you not to be, changing your words, that is now an abysmal ticket. Okay, we'll see. Let's see what happens 2-3 months from now, where you will see that we use that word abysmal. You understand? So but what baffles me is that still you guys can still not point it why I'm saying that Kokozo is working for these two guys. What I don't understand. I don't know where that is coming from. You have seen this man credential, you have seen his pedigree, you have seen his journey. You not to say now when one of his leg don't day in the mud, he's going to, I don't get it for real. I don't understand why anybody is thinking that. Because if you understand the polarization nature of people like Atiku in the north, you know that that's the least person you are expecting to give his a followership to. And again, with all the stunts Bola Tinubu put out, pretty much telling the northerners that make them go sit down and give them presidency, and you think they will go all out and support him. What they are telling him now, since you make Buhari president, you are free to make yourself a president, and that's what's going to happen. So when I say you go decamp for these two people, I don't see it where you guys are bringing that permutation for board. I will just continue smiling until now West go begin change as time goes on. Reality has done on us already.
You know that people are not going to afford you an easy climb down from this position. Oh. You're not going to use a guy. You are not going to guide your way out of this.
Of course.
So when your man drops out, and don't run either.
If my man drops out, I will join Jagaban. You have
to take your beating, because you have been taking this joke a bit too far.
Or so maybe I will know. I think let me make this. If my man drop out, I'll join the obedient. How about that?
What do you mean if? You mean when your man you are saying
okay, I will accept your word. Whatever terminology you want to use, whatever that happen, I will join the obedient. How about that?
Okay, that's better.
Is that potent enough?
That's better. Okay, so let's go to.
What if it doesn't drop out? What will happen?
It will drop out now. There's what is what of this? But we will see.
That man would rather be agreed to be Obi running mate than to drop out for anybody. That's what you should have figured out from day one. If that was the game, if for rather big John Obi, I just go all the way as his running mate. But for that not to happen, because he could drop, I don't know.
All right. Let me take you to another talking point of here. So talking about joining the obedience, you will certainly be adding to their numbers, which RENO OMOKRI insists is derisory. So Obi finally turns up on the campaign trail, and to much of a damn squib. RENO OMOKRI mocks obedience, says less than 500 people turned up, attended Obi's Osun rally. So that's the thing. So Ovie, just in I think yesterday's session, we were looking at a clip of the rally, and really it was actually Thomas that pointed out that he wasn't especially impressed by the crowd. It's only 30 seconds long, but watch this, Ovie. So, I mean, it wasn't a teeming crowd. I'm not sure if it's more than 500 or less than 500, but the one thing you can say that is that it wasn't a teeming crowd. So, with all of the build-up that the obedience and the Obi movement have told us, you were expecting that people will be matching each other down in that space. So, the first test of Obi, pass or fail, Obi.
Yeah, I mean, crowd like that, I always look out for two category of people. The kind of men that accompany him there. I don't see anybody, even the presidential candidate wasn't there. I could be wrong, but I don't see any man with a very wide beard. So I don't see the man there. Then I can boastfully say that 60% of those crowds are there to see if anything will drop. so that's to tell you, say, if RENO OMOKRI is saying that 50%, I mean 50,000 is being generous. If you filter it through the crowd, you will see that people who are actually there genuinely to follow through the process and stay from there, go and vote. They are less than 20% of that crowd. So people are out there, there are category of people who are just here to have fun, of course. Now dancing period, let's go and dance, have fun, and see what is going on. Those who are there to book appointment to media, significant others are there. But most importantly, those who are saying, okay, let's go to see maybe something could drop on the side. But normally, I rally like that. That's what normally happens. Money they come for the youth, for this to share. So there's it's that's just a sign of what is going to happen to come 2023.
So
And
you
I said,
mean say not even one person where they there, come there. You mean say not even one person when come there?
I said they are less than
come with a
20%.
good heart,
I said they are
come
less
with a
than
good
20%.
mind, say at least for the love of that country. Is that what you're trying to tell me?
I said less than 20% are actually there for the purpose of being there, are actually going to go ahead and cast their vote after that day. The rest of them are people who can't see what they have
for choppings.
Of course. If I did there, to say I did down too, I go there now. Go see, either I go see babe on his side, or I go. I mean, there are so many things that now first pretty much carnival now. You never go on this rally before. I mean, you should know better. You have been at the front.
But I'm not gonna lie, yo. I'm not gonna lie, Sha. If me I even been go that Osun, now they are delicate on now for go.
I mean, so when Davido did there, and they say go the dance.
Davido did there. When now come the go.
And the governors have been dance. That's the candidates. Have been dance. That's the governors. So there are a lot of things that will take you out of the house.
Cousins have been saying,
Until that bad word waiting to put for our head, we'll get to find where we will take.
You don't see APC as they go there. When the entourage of APC showed up, everybody there will carry millions go. And that's what the crowds are following. Because at the end of the day, you will drop as the enter boss, or you don't drop for community leader. You go down. So when people they toss in that money, they go share. They say they will constant for pulling boys they buy. Those are just minor. The money where they share, these are the period. You carry Ghana must go drop a community leader, you disappear, you come cry, you go give
they just go to eat rice and stew.
That's it. So Obi, there's not going to be too much difference between what happened to Showore 4 years ago and that of Obi. Maybe he go close to 1 million votes, but it's just going to be, now learning process.
Where is NNPP candidates for Osun?
We no get.
Okay. So
and they want to be president, but you want
sorry,
to be president.
sorry, Ovie.
We no get. See, politicians, people like them, Atiku, Tinubu know they come out now. As I said, they have seen it. It's going to be 2 rounds. So they focus on how to scale that. Nobody's going to win the majority. As it is now, nobody can say, I will get 24 states. Nobody. None of them.
I'm not sure you can say that this early into the race.
For your analysis.
That is what... Sorry, yeah?
For your analysis, what you make, what I can't see and be say, what going to happen now, be say the North now ain't going to be the now ain't gonna be like the hot cake. Everybody.
It's always been.
Because this your man, Kwakwanso, who again? Tinubu. That's why Tinubu double up on his Muslim whatever ticket.
Yes.
Then you can't look this guy to at least get one this thing. So what will happen now? The South will now become the main constitution where people get to argue to get, and that will be between Obi, right? Atiku they do very well now. So that would be between Obi, the South. I'm talking about the South, including the Southeast and some parts of the North Central. So what's going to happen now is that there'll be a big divide, a battle for the battleground go there for South. The person will go win now, the person will win the most of the South.
No, I think it's the other way around. I think it's the other way around. Sorry, Ovie. I think the South is already settled. Tinubu is likely to hold the majority overwhelmingly in Southwest. Obi will hold the majority overwhelmingly in the Southeast. The South may be a battleground with everybody taking what they can, but the North is going to decide.
Not the North. When you say North, you're not calculating the North Central. There's a different culture in the North in terms of partisan politics in the North Central than it is in the further north.
Let me break that.
You also have to break that down and see how that will come to play out with people like this guy, the governor of Benue State, not being happy about how Wike was treated and all the issues that are actually going on between Wike and Atiku as well. So you see, already Rivers is already wobbling, and most people in Rivers are saying they're going to vote for Obi anyway. So,
let me agree to disagree with you, one man, on that. Yes, it's expected that Tinubu should take the Southwest. By crook or whatever, I don't see anybody going to drag that with him. But that Southeast that everybody keeps saying is going to be, unless you are telling me that currently about how many APC governors are there? 3 or before. Unless you tell me they will just go and sit down and not work for their future politically. Now you will give the whole Southeast to Peter. Those governors will walk their ass off.
You know what is driving the Southeast at the moment, Ovie? What is driving the Southeast at the moment is ethnicity, it is anger.
Yes.
And then opportunity, and all of that is represented in Peter Obi. So they are angry at the way they are being treated all the way through the history of Nigeria, whether you agree or disagree. They feel marginalized and all of that. So now they see this person that is them that has a real opportunity, and they want to have their say.
Yes,
they will go with Obi now.
I did agree with you. I agree with you now.
It's not like it's been on any extreme.
I agree, but as time goes on, when things are becoming clearer, the main politician, the elite from that region, will see, man, even if we give 110% of our vote to this man, it's not going to win. And we are going to be cut off totally. So what's the point? So those men, where they govern that region, they will work for their political future. Let's not forget, this is personal. How are they going to advance from the current position they are to the national level? Is their interest. Will lead to a good result. And again, talking about the North, especially the North Central, I just tell you that this man wake one question pick so now there is starting now. And matter of fact, the biggest with the children among all the fleet of churches is there. Not just that, if you think say people like Yahya Bello of Kogi and when you now go to Jos and all that, they will only work for Tinubu or Atiku. Then you don't understand how the politics work in that way. Because what you need to understand that who control the royals, fathers in that region, it counts, it matters. With the negligence them, as if they don't count.
Ovie, all these things na strategy. Is simple.
Yes.
So you go have to calculate those metrics them. How it will work here, this matrix, that matrix, and then bring them down. Then you will see the whole thing where they try to
but
take. Because
don't forget,
rivers is very, very important because of the population, right?
Yeah, but men they rivers too. Amechi is strong. You can't throw Amechi out.
I will throw Amechi right out the dustbin because the way Wike don't keep him.
See, Wike, listen.
Guys, let me tell you.
Wait now.
Hold on. Let's land that point.
Let me land my point about Amechi. Yeah. I know Amechi. You see, the problem with Amechi be say, get friends for rivers right now. He don't play his own part. He don't damage his own part. He don't do whatever he go do. In fact, right now, one of my brothers, now he carry go do minister self. I know what people could say, but no problem. You understand? So what do you get to put in mind? Is say when you work out the strategy, you come back for South. You go see say South. Now the people will go get the big holds at the South. Now you go calculate the mathematics of how far they will go, and that is permanent.
Now, Wike, tell me who Wike is going to work for, or what party is going to work for.
Wike's work may not work because listen, precedents. Wike's work already people don't grumble. It will not work. Why you not go work? Be say if like say you just been carry go like then just can't they go. Some people will see Mumu go follow him.
You don't.
Like when I go my father's birthday. The kind of talk where they go on, the kind of rallying. Already people don't be a day here, they don't buy me stuff, but I don't know where to enter first. You understand?
You are not answering my question.
No,
which party Wike will work for? That's my question.
Wike will work for Tinubu.
What did Amechi do? When I tell you about Rivers people, then they resolute. When Amechi leave us, go join APC. All of us will be Amechi friends. We just say, okay, we could drink Gary, we just manage. That is how Rivers people behave. They're very, very stubborn people. You know? And then they just follow people like that. Then what is going to happen now? If Wike want to now turn around, do the same thing when your brother do, already Rivers people with a vex for all the things that happen, the riverine with a vex. So they never give us that chance for governorship. So what is going to happen? They say, if he does that, but na him be that. No Rivers person, very few handful, the ones where they chop with them, na him will follow and go. But the Rivers people, they go they resolute. They go
this is why I'm going with my question.
Now they go they ready to fight it because all those other small parties then they hit up.
All right, thank you.
Let me tell you why I asked that question.
All right.
Because as Tinubu, as Wike is now, Wike has been put to where he belongs. What is paramount is Wike life now is how do I protect myself after 2023?
So who will go down with him?
It's not about that's the problem. It's not about who is go down with him. It's going to be who is going to protect him and the people that is bringing up.
Number of enemies.
Sorry.
Let me finish my point now. You don't have allow you make my point. Let me finish my point. You don't have to agree with me. I don't have to agree with your point.
All right. Carry on over. Hold on, Sally. Carry on over. Yeah, carry on over.
You know, so at this point now, they have PDP and the owners of PDP are put Wike where he belongs. It no be about say you give you access to money, you can't blah blah blah. So his main focus now, how do I survive after 2023? Now, don't forget, people will work for that. We even make him push to that second position that of the primary that is enjoying today. Now, people were behind him. You can say he's working for Tinubu. On what ground when Amechi done did there already? If APC come back to power, I don't care how much he spend. If he no work for that, he's going to jail.
Amechi, as Sally just explained to you, is a busted flush in River State, and Tinubu does not trust him either.
That's what I'm saying.
if you
As
really
far,
want Rivers
are
State
you
to go,
are
you
you
go
not
with
saying
them.
that if APC win, they will throw away Amechi? No, they can't.
What would they do with him?
He has to be given a position too. That's a normal
Like
thing.
what? Like what?
I don't know, but let's watch and see.
There is no position left in Nigerian politics for Amechi other than the vice president or the president. Are you going to make him a minister?
At times, most of those people that hold that election, they are not powerful. I mean, even our vice president, they are not powerful. They are more strategic position, whether within the party or within the divided.
They are not going to make him secretary to the government, or because it's going to be somebody like Ganduje.
One man.
Because they have to give Ganduje something.
One man. They cannot put Wike above Amechi if they eventually come back to power. It's not going to happen.
If they want River State, who would they go with, Wike or Amechi?
Exactly. We have not talked about the senator. Senator, what's his name? Remind me if you know who are the try talk. Who is also going for governorship or the ruler, the playing game. They give Tony Cole instead of him. What's his name?
You say if you can't remember it, then it's not important.
No, it was Salibi. What be this one? Senator Abe. Senator Abe. Abe too is working for Tinubu. Categorically in the talk. You understand? But one thing we are not forgetting now, who coordinate all the delegates where make Wike finish strong for the primaries? Has anybody asking that question? I mean, that is in be Aboki Rich upon all the insult when they dish every state to give an vote. Somebody coordinated that numbers when get from note. And that person is Kwankoso, even though the PCB at that time, but he was able to pull it off. So the man, waiting in the thing is, where do I work for, even if I don't come up for PDP? I don't see him leaving, but if
are you saying Kwakwanso, Wike will go with Kwakwanso?
Well, you know, go sit down because it is saying go drop it. He go drop a mandate for.
Please,
so I don't expect you to see that.
Let's talk senior politics.
You know, saying that one man. What did Wike do last week? At the beginning of this week, what did Wike do? He's asking for a handover note. He's preparing his exit.
Yes.
I mean, I don't see that one.
Yes,
what does that mean?
Now it's up to
what does that mean? Are they not supposed to
exit? See, if you pay one man
back 2 times, what should they be doing?
I think late last year, I be early this year.
All these things that he doesn't know.
I don't know. Yes,
I'm from River State. I'm a real Port Harcourt, person.
I am not that.
So I know
I'm not questioning. I'm not questioning that.
From school, their behavior, everything, and what is going to happen. And I know Rivers people. They're very resilient.
Well, Selebi, I give you that. I am not going to argue that with you. But one thing you should know.
We don't like money.
You do.
Who don't like money?
We don't like Amechi.
Who don't like money?
We don't like money.
Who don't like money? They never give you money. You say they know like you don't like money. You don't see money before. They never give you money. You say you don't like money.
Now we first start to chop money than any other person. From the colonial masters, now we start to chop money. Now we sell everything.
So that wicked space. We should, well, of course, now we all agree that he has already thrown our man Atiku off the game within that region because right from the one, they are shooting zombies either south side or the southeast. But now that he's shaking, and I'm not going to say he has lost it totally because nothing money, no video.
You can't make it. It's finished. Simple as that.
You can as well extend that to any one of them too.
He should be looking forward to some kind of statesman kind of future to show how he started from wherever.
But he has to find a way to. He has to find a way to avoid jail first before he can think further. He has to find a way to avoid jail. Because that's what he's working. He has to avoid jail first before he can think of where he has to go.
All right. Ovie, let me bring you back to the talking point for reasons of time. So you were talking about Kwakwanso's pick of Idahosa, which I am suggesting to you is a choice of surrender. So it's a surrender pick, but you have other thoughts. So round of thoughts on that space, Ovie.
Yeah, I mean it's a strategic pick. It's not a surrender pick. I'm sorry. I always laugh whenever it's because it still sounds very funny. I still can't believe that you people believe that the man will drop along the way. But let's leave it at that. I mean, this man represents the larger Christendom. Is well known within that region, and you can see the statement coming from Khan. And I can tell you that there's Khan hand in this pick too. This is not where a Konkoso that just wake up from where and say, okay, that's the man he wants. No. I won't be surprised they've never crossed paths before. But Khan is very heavily, especially the Christian North, knowing that his background as a Christianity spring from that and is very strong for that. He has the international reach. As we said, those who control the vast majority of the youth in this country, which are the celebrity and the influencer, based on the antics of what is obtainable today in our society, success, progress, money, blah blah blah, and he housed them all. Everything is working from his house out. So how can you beat that?
All right, Ove. So Ove, I want to take you to the skirmish between Kwakwanso and not Kwakwanso, the skirmish between Babachir Lawal and Ganduje, which is all around the Muslim ticket. So Babachir Lawal is part of the Northern Christian Caucus, or however you pronounce it, within the APC structure. And he, along with his fellow Boss Mustafa, Elisha Abo, etc. So they've put out this rather long-winded essay about how it is treacherous to have a Muslim ticket. And then Babachir has also put out this rather very pungent media post on this same narrative space as well. And the language is now cutting towards somewhat religious fight or something. And Ganduje is inviting him to caution his utterances, otherwise known on the streets as "shut up your mouth." So this back and forth between Babachir Lawal and Ganduje and this Muslim thing, is it time for people to just practice? The decision has been made, so let Tinubu live or die by it. Is it time for us to move on from this Muslim something? Condense a response to that, then I'll go on to Saki over here.
Yeah, I mean, that's what APC will be wishing for now. But as you know, politics, any slight they see as a mistake you made, they want to capitalize on that. Babachir Lawal, I understand his pain. I think before the selection or before the primaries, I think you can always be almost 70 to 80% sure that is the guy.
I thought so too. I thought it would pick him, yeah.
But again, his downfall started when the cabal within Asuro pushed our star boy to fire him while the president was away. I think that was the first blow that they give Tinubu and that ticket, because them using his own boy to fire him speaks a lot of volume, and he hasn't recovered from that. And I think even if he decide to take the chances and put him on the ticket, they will bring that. The grass, what they use in firing, they will bring it upon him and they will stretch it to the last call. So I understand is where he is coming from, and it's a fact. Knowing that the vast Christian from the north are from pretty much northeast down to the south. Even the Borno state that they pick Shettima from. When you go to in Borno, we have the Margi and then we have the Kanuri where the Shettima belong. Then we have the Bra. The Bra people are mostly Christian, cut across Chibok, Askra Uba, Biu, Shani, all the entire Gombe. So that's then to where the man is coming from, which is Yola, Aziz, and all that. So I understand where they are totally where Spain is coming, because that's where the seat of Christianity pretty much is in the north. So for them not to be on the seat on the ticket and they pick somebody from that region, it is a big blow. So I see where it's going to be one of a skill for them, for people to be dropping not to support Tinubu, even if that is not the bigger picture, but they will all look for a skill to drop from that PDP until they crumble APC. So I think that's what I say. Yeah, for me, it's over. I mean, I think they push it out early, 2 weeks before now. It has been hinted that it's going to be Christian. A lot of permutation going back and forth. And so, yes, it's been overflowed at this point. But what would they be discussing about? They don't want to discuss policy. They don't want us to talk about their policy, what they can do and what they cannot do. But instead, they'll be throwing propaganda that doesn't advance the conversation to anywhere, but just to buy time. We'll go from
are you surprised at how vociferous the criticism from Babachir is? Because if you talk about Tinubu boys, you mentioned Babachir amongst them. He's always been. They've always pallied off for.
He picked up the phone for him actually.
Yeah.
The presidential phone, he was there to sign for it and all that. Yeah, I think if they pick another Christian from that region, it wouldn't have been this angered or this wounded, he would have said, okay, well, my own person is in there. We'll go find a way.
I think if they don't pick him, he'll be angered. That's the thing.
So,
you know.
but I don't think he's that influential. If we want to actually put everything on the table, he's not that influential politically in the north.
No, it doesn't bring votes now. Babachir doesn't bring votes.
Yes, so the only thing that is giving that boldness is that religion. I'm a Christian. After all, we've been marginalized for so long. Nobody has really got to us. So this is an opportunity. And for the fact that he has known him, he's worked for him, he's been there from day one, right hand man. I don't think they even consulted him before they put it out there. So he's a wounded lion, but he can only back. He if you do anything, he go afford. Well, as I said, we don't.
I think he will come back on board soon enough. But
no, we have a church. Our church is big enough. Our church is big enough to accommodate them.
Yeah, but before he comes back on board, he should not do too much damage because it is going too deep with all of these publications that is putting out this.
They just want to. They want. I mean, they are working for him, the man to lose. So that's what you are seeing. They will keep pushing and pushing and pushing, but soon something will come up again. Maybe next time they will focus on Konkoso, his running mate, or his where he come from. He casually put it out there. The entity that is an Igbo man.
I'm sure there's plenty to unpick from that running mate of Kwakwanso. It looks like a guy man. It looks like a guy man. You know, Edo people now, they're usually, they always have.
I think he pushed a lot during his last interview for people to capitalize on and take from. As they are leaving Tinubu, they either go to that houses and go from there. So they'll be jump. It's an elite game. They control the narrative. I've been saying this. If you look at how this whole process started from like maybe 3 years ago, before now from Biafra, Odudua. Then the narrative changed. Free Kanu, free Igbo, right? Now say Baba, say Bats, obedient.
Can I interject 1 minute?
Goes on.
All right. Thank you. Interject briefly. Ajanle Koko, then I'll go to Alexander, who would disappear if we don't go to him quickly. But let's say from Ajanle Koko.
Babachir Lawal that we are talking about is an hypocrite. He's one of the committees set up to recommend VP for Tinubu. And Shettima is one of those that they recommended among 11 of them. So him coming, though to be fair to him, in that report, in the recommendation, they highlighted the danger in picking Muslim ticket. That there's going to be a lot of backlash. There's going to be a lot of people that be angry and stuff like that. So, but him coming to the here to be shouting as if Tinubu committed an offense for heaven and hell to fall. I don't know his problem. You know, these politicians, they are hypocrites. The same way, what do you call this governor Trump crying on TV saying Atiku did not do right when he is in the committee that recommended the 3 names to Atiku, and Atiku picked one, and he's shouting. They are all shouting around. So it's just to chip in that Babachir Lawal is an hypocrite. Is in the committee that recommend Shettima among other names. So why did they recommend Muslim when they, as a Christian in that committee, knew that okay, they don't want? Why did they support? Why were they part of the the team that recommended this thing? You know, this politician, just forget about them.
All right, thank you, Ajanle Koko. I think that was one of the things that Ganduje was saying as well. That exactly as you are just saying that he was part of the committee. But let's go on to Alexander Gomez for reasons of time. Good to have you, Alexander. So to the politics of it all, Kwakwanso is still forcing us to mention him by picking another. I hope this is the last incarnation of Kwakwanso so that we can focus on real politics. But he continues to constitute a nuisance to the space. Tinubu's Muslim ticket, he refused to die a natural death, with people as senior as Babachir coming to publicly lambast, which somewhat surprises me. But some of the people that left out of umbrage at the Muslim tickets, they are making their way back, saying they understand. So the ebb and flow of all of that, Alexander.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I said yesterday and I'll say it again. This Muslim ticket would die a natural death. People can complain as much as they want to. They should get over it. Let's get the best people to govern us and take the country to the next level. That should be the most important thing right now because the country is in shambles. We've never seen our country this bad before from every perspective. Poverty is the watchword in Nigeria. People call me, people that I don't know reach out to me and beg for money. I end up sending money to people that I don't know because you can't watch your fellow citizens suffer. You have some money to spare, you can't help them. That's just not part of my nature. So I tend to do that a lot. So we need to be able to find people who are there to for the interest of the citizenry rather than for their personal aggrandizement. So that's my position. I don't care whether it's a Muslim ticket or a cat dog ticket, so long as whoever takes the position can take us to the next level. That's what I'm looking forward to. And I hope that whoever would be the next president of Nigeria, I know would do much better than Tinubu, than Buhari has, because he's been the worst president Nigeria's ever had. So you can't get better than this. So it can't get worse than this, rather. So whoever's coming in will be a much better pick than who we have right now in Buhari. The Kwankwaso thing, he's just playing games. He's just looking for who to sell his popularity to. And if what I'm hearing is true, and he flips his voters to APC, then you do know without a shadow of a doubt that Tinubu will be president of Nigeria come to 2023. That's my position, one man.
All right, and to the space, OMOKRI and the obedient. So he now pointing that for all of the noise that we've been hearing about how Obi has been sweeping through like a wildfire, that he was only able to garner less than 500 people to attend his rally in Osogbo. So we know the excuse will come readily and plentifully, but this is the first opportunity to in real life terms test this so-called movement that they are telling us is going on, and it's landed on the floor with a splash, and it's just dissipated like water. So what are you then making then? All bluster, no bang.
Well, I have said it before, and the CBD, I think he's on the channel.
It's CBD has run away.
He came after me when I said this. Peter Obi is not a national figure, so he's not known in the southwest of Nigeria. So 500 people, in my opinion, he's done very well for him to have 500 people come to listen to him rally. He's not going to win. He's not popular in the southwest of Nigeria. So he's not an Atiku. He's not obviously not a big boy politician. He's more of a technocrat. I know he's been a governor of a state, but he's not a national figure. He's a regional figure. So that's what's playing out in Osun State. Nobody knows him. So nobody knows. He can't bring anything to the table in the southwest of Nigeria. So 500 people will be adequate for someone like him because he's just not a known substance in Yoruba land. So I'm not surprised about that. Is he going to do well nationally? Yes, he'll do well nationally. He will take the southeast for sure. And I keep on saying it. Ajala Koko don't like me saying it, but let me say it again. He's going to get 25% of the Lagos voters because the Igbos would come out en masse to come vote for him because the Igbos are very good at things like this when they have to come together to put their own on the pedestal. They come out while the Yoruba sports negotiations might be busy playing soccer. Come that day, the Igbos would come out to vote. I think Tinubu would try and intimidate. I think Tinubu would try and get his Agboro boys to come out to prevent the Easterners from doing whatever they want to do come to 2023. But he would get 25% of Lagos State, and he'll get the Southeast and the South, and definitely neutralize the PDP votes in the the Southeast, and neutralize the PDP votes in the South, making an easy path for Tinubu to be president of Nigeria. That's my position, one man.
All right, brilliant. It's quite pointed to note that when the crowd turned up in Osogbo to welcome, we call it a crowd to be generous, but when they turned up to in Osogbo to welcome Peter Obi, they were chanting Unzobu Unzobu. So that is to tell you that they see him as a Southeastern man, which is what he is. So I don't know why we are trying to.
Unzobu is the Yoruba. Unzobu is the Yoruba way of saying Okoro.
Yeah, but that's it now. Yeah. So what are we talking about?
It's tribal. It's unacceptable. But that's the way we live in Nigeria. We're tribal people. We're not united people. Yes. And before I go, I have to give kudos. This is very important because at my age, I've come to the realization that the main problem with us as Nigerians is that we don't understand one another very well. Once you are of a tribal or ethnic group and you come out of your natural environment, you become lost and you don't understand the culture and tradition of the people. That's why we're not united. That's why we have problem with tribalism in Nigeria. But I must give it to Ovie. Ovie impresses me no end with his knowledge for a young man of the Nigerian terrain. He is a true Nigerian. He talks about the North like he was born there. He knows the West because his name is Agbaje, and he knows the Edo State because that's his natural environment. If we have people like Ovie in Nigeria, we have a better country where we feel comfortable wherever we go to. But we don't because we don't understand each other very well. We go into a different place and we're very uncomfortable. You don't know how people think. That's why you have this discrimination. Igbo says negative things about Yorubas. Yoruba say negative things about Hausas. And that's why we are united. So, Ovie, I'll give you your kudos this morning. I am very proud of you. And I am very proud that people like you still exist in Nigeria. Thank you very much, one man.
All right. Thank you, Alexander. So you don't consider that... You don't consider that Ovie said is big enough for you now to be giving him a pat on the back?
No, because when he started talking about Borno State and talking about the way the ethnicity is broken down over there, I'm just so amazed at the man's knowledge of Nigeria. He's just a Nigerian, and we're like this. We have a better country. We're not like this. Once a Yoruba man passes Ondo State, he's lost. Once a Benin man passes Delta State, he's lost. An Igbo people are people that are comfortable everywhere they go to. So maybe I shouldn't put Igbo people in that group, but they're the most discriminatory people in Nigeria, as far as I'm concerned. They really are. They're everywhere, but they discriminate a lot. If you're not an Igbo person, you're not accepted in certain quarters. So I must say this, Ovie, I'm very proud of you. Very, very proud of you.
All right.
Alexander. Mr. Alexander, before you leave, I'll use this opportunity to say, man, hey, nice NNPP for you. Come, let's get a new Nigeria. You are welcome to our party.
You have to read it. I told you, Alexander, that he will latch on to it, but no. Yeah, well said. We have to acknowledge, the vast space. When Ovie talks, he's talking from organic knowledge because he has traveled the expanse of Nigeria. So, which is more than a lot of people can say. Certainly more than I can say. I have never been past Ibadan, So that's not to suggest that he knows what he's talking about, but he has experienced the landscape. So well done, Ovie.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
I will never give you the full because
there's only 20% that I need to fight for. Okay.
Yes, you're still on that 80%, but no, you've dropped a little bit, so you are now 75% because of this. Rather than you put your personality behind real politics, you are
75%.
For some obscure malam to
one man. I went to
you should be fighting for either Obi or Atiku or Tinubu. which is where the reality is. But
if your prediction come true that Konkoso will drop, I will be obedient. But one man, yes, I went to my first time going to Miami. I went to Miami for work 3 days ago. I came by yesterday. Three things struck me out. The weather is like that of Nigeria. The waters and the whatever around it remind me of when I was living in Greece. But one thing struck me: the street of Miami gave me hope that humanity will survive another 1 million years. One man, you need to see booties on the street. I'm sorry for that language, but I don't know how to describe it.
Yeah, but are they real though? Is it real booty?
That's why I use that word. I will use I live in Atlanta where ass is everywhere. They are fake ones, but that place, those are organic.
No, they are not. They are not. They are plastic surgery. They are Kim Kardashian sort of.
No, not in Miami, not in Florida. One man. Really? I mean, I live in Atlanta, which is the center of all that you can think of, and maybe LA. But man, this one is organic, one man. I have never seen.
And they're always naked there, aren't they?
What are they everywhere now? That gives me hope that woman be not they go anywhere anytime soon.
Ovie, can I interject?
How many picking you don't go drop there now?
Yes.
Can I interject? What if they are using very, very good surgeons in Miami? Because in this Amsterdam, I saw a man, and this man is more beautiful than any of most of the women I've ever seen in my life. You would never know he was a man unless he told you he was a man. So if a man can do that, why can't
are you talking about a cross-dresser? Like is it a cross-dresser?
No, not cross-dresser, a transgender. Okay. This all the surgery and everything. Slowly, even the arts that I did is better than majority of the girls' arts that I've seen that they've done. So
I understand what you are saying. When you say those transgender normally appear more presentable than men, yes. That's why if you trace this origin of this modern makeup that they do, it's actually start because of those people. I live in Atlanta. Go and read a boy about Atlanta City. I've been here for 6 months now. This is the headquarters. You're talking about fake artists, whatever. You can hardly differentiate that. This is where it's at Atlanta. But I visit Miami, man, it's organic, my brother. Man, this thing, when I talk as I've never seen, everywhere in the street is full of organic bodies. I'm sorry.
When you say it's organic, did you put it to a hands-on inspection for you to conclude?
One man, I'm young enough. I might be broke, but when you have a lot of them like that, broke don't count.
So you put it to the test.
Until you test it is when you can judge.
I'm a young man. I'm a free living man. It's
telling you now. What more?
I'm not interested in going to heaven. So why I not go take my share? If I don't take, somebody will. It's for us to enjoy. That's why I say this humanity will stand for another 1 million. They will survive. Because there's no way you see that and you just say no. I don't care which kind of lifestyle they live. When you go to Miami,
they are mainly Latinos there, aren't they? Are they mainly Latinos?
They are Latino, Puerto Rican, Cubana, Nigerian, everywhere is there. Black, pink, green, just on the streets, everywhere.
What sort of music blares? Is it Latino music that they're blares in?
I will give it to our Nigerian artists. I think 4 hours into, as soon as I cross 4 hours into Florida, Nigeria actually has its own station. They play this Davido whiskey, which tripped me out. Yes, you will feel the presence of, as I said, the Puerto Ricans, the Cubana. That's pretty much their own land. They pretty much dominate that area. But again, because of the weather, it brings every Tom, Dick, and Harry from all over the world. You will see pretty much this. I talk for street now. When you walk out for street any time of the day, because it's hot and it's humid, so everybody pretty much walk out half naked. I was like, woman because
now only one day you go where you lament like this.
I was there for 4 nights.
Yeah? You never
I told the crew people how they work with. I said, come. I told my people how they work with. I said, come. If you not see me, you not look for me. No, don't look for me. I was there for 4 nights. I'm going back. I'm relocating.
Learning Spanish. Oh, all right. So we are going to learn Spanish. Oh, all
I
right.
am moving to that place just because of that. Man, I mean, I need to live longer. If you are there, you no get problem. I forgot I was broke for a minute.
All right, until the girl asks for dinner. All right, thank you, Ovie. So thank you, Ovie. Let's go from Ovie to Saki. So Saki, back to it because Jafar seems to be enjoying your storylines too much, Ovie. So let's move quickly from there. So Saki, are you there, Saki?
Yeah, I'm there. Good morning.
All right, brilliant.
Good morning, everybody. Yeah.
Good to have you, Saki. So
yes.
Bola Tinubu tells us it's not dropping Shettima, but then he cannot drop him because that will show weakness and that will finish him. But
yeah,
the pushback against the ticket coming from Babachir and all that. But some people that left, they are making their way back. So all of that, Saki.
Of course, I don't expect him to drop it. So he has made the decision. He should be strategic and focus on seeing the end of it, you know. As for the back and forth, I told you it will still keep coming, you know. It will still keep coming. The announcement was just made today. Yeah, I mean recently, 2 days ago. So on Sunday, a lot of pastors will also try to magnify the whole thing. So it will keep coming, it will keep surfacing, you know. But how I wish it has to dampen so that it will pave room for more broader issue-based conversations, you know. It will also pave room to see how Tinubu and the likes will like argue on issues of what they are going to offer Nigerians, you know. So that is what I want to see. But as for the Muslim tickets, it will still keep on surfacing. It will not dampen so easily as a lot of people will project, you know. People will still be talking about it, you know. So let's see.
Saki, RENO OMOKRI mocks the obedience. So this seems to be a fight that
I don't want to. I don't want to talk about RENO OMOKRI because already he's becoming irrelevant in the media space. You know, before now or before this political dispensation, RENO OMOKRI has occupied that very space for too long. So whenever he talks, people want to like whatever he says. But now, if you go to his Twitter account, when he talks this time, he doesn't get much likes again, you know. So I think he is trying to also, you know, continue to like display that social media dominance again, especially among his fans. And I'm quite surprised because in the past I used to see RENO as that kind of pastor-like people that are very objective and focused on the truth. But right now, a lot of people see him as somebody who has collected money from someone like Atiku and is doing everything possible to dent a lot of people's image and see if he can foist followers on trying to see the positive Atiku narrative, you know. So, but I think he's not really achieving that. He has tried a lot. But the question I keep asking, why is it that it is only Peter B he has so much focused on? He's not attacking any other candidate, you know. He keeps pushing the whole thing to Peter B.
Because the obedience went after his children, and that is that step.
No, forget those. How can you tell me that he went? Where is he? Is he in Nigeria? Is he not in UK?
Saraki father, you know why?
Is in UK.
The only people who are capable of reducing Atiku vote within that south region with that 9 be obedient. So his job is to focus on that region. So he's not.
So that is what I'm telling you. That it is about his own selfishness. Selfish in the sense that he collect money from this. I don't know this before, but this is what I'm seeing manifested. He used to collect money from all these politicians, you know, in the previous elections and try to use his own social media influence to influence people, you know. But this time, the influence is not getting positive on his side. So he's doing everything possible to discredit to the best of his ability the candidacy of Peter Obi by any means, by any means. He's trying to use that because it is to him now a bad market for him, So, but then the more he does that, the more he's reducing. People are reducing. If he does comments now, he doesn't get much likes again, compared to how it used to be in the past for him. So I think a lot of people are now saying that he has become so irrelevant in the media space. People don't go after his, because in the past I know how I follow the guy. I used to see him as one
Is
credible person.
irrelevant or obedient?
You said?
Is it irrelevant or obedient?
No, what you have to use to measure the relevance is to look at his tweet and look at likes. His tweet is no longer getting much likes as it used to be in the past. That is what you can use. I think it's an objective measure of relevance in that media space. He's no longer getting much likes as it used to be. So he's trying to find everything possible, any means possible to discredit that personality called Peter Obi by any means. I don't think he's even getting it. Someone like Alexander Gomez, you can see the comment Alexander Gomez made just now, saying that Osun State, that Peter Obi having even 500 in Osun State is still nice for that caliber of person who is not known in Osun State. That is the kind of argument a lot of people will also place to also defend Peter Obi. So that is what I'm trying to tell you. He's no longer getting much likes. So go to his tweets and see what I'm saying. And a lot of people has defollowed him in this short while. So people are beginning to see the true picture of all these people. We think that they are actually objective, well articulated, and they credible people. So we are now beginning to have another narrative. Is it actually what these people are doing in the past? They will collect money from any politician, no matter who he is, and try to influence people towards that politician for their own selfish interest. So this is the narrative everybody has now about RENO. And I think it is in social psychology they will say there may often be no second chance to correct a first impression. So I think he has to work on that very impression and try to correct it. So that is me.
All right, brilliant. So let me take you then to Kwakwanso and this Reverend Bishop Idahosa. That
Kwakwanso
is this 419 from Kano State.
Kwakwanso is really funny, and I wonder why my brother over here is spending a lot of energy trying to spin.
Dollar now. Needs the dollars to go back to.
I think the person that made a comment on the comment section describes what Ovie is doing quite aptly. So I think the person said Ovie is trying to spin over the abysmal whatever of Kwakwanso. So I really wonder why my brother and friend Ovie here is trying to dissipate much energy. He's talking about this funny and clownish character, in the political space, that we, at the end of the day, end up collapsing his structure to the bigger boys, So that is the way I see him, So getting the pastor again will be it's quite again laughable again. So people knows.
Is it laughable though, Saki? Is it laughable or clever? Because with capturing this pastor now, he has covered two elements. One, he has fulfilled the righteousness of a southern candidate, and two, the religion element as well, a senior pastor. So,
he has captured that. He has captured that space we are talking about in terms of the vice, but then he still have a very greater basis of discredit. people will argue, especially people from the southern part, will argue that at least, yeah, he has fulfilled other things, but the presidency this time, after 8 years of northern rulership, is expected to gravitate towards the south. So on that very basis, people will argue that voting Kwankwaso doesn't still make sense, from the southern part at least, as best as I can know, because every south will argue, which is a very potent argument, that the North has had it for 8 years. So does it make sense to vote a Northerner again, no matter the kind of person he brings as VP? So I think it's still a strong argument, and I equally know that some people from the North Central, will also argue from that direction, that because the North Central is largely Christian, I know, but at the same time they will still measure. Some of them will say, okay, for equity, the North has had it for 8 years, it has to go to the South for the next 8 years. So it's a potent argument that will still dilute the impact of the positive impact of bringing a pastor who is the vice president. So that's that.
All right, brilliant. And Saki, finally, briefly on the skirmish between Ganduje and Babachir. So they're still on that space, Muslim ticket.
Yeah, I wanted to comment a little on two things from what Ovie presented initially, and one again from what Alexander Gomez presented. I just wanted to make a little comment on that.
Okay, carry on.
Yeah. So on Ovie part, Ovie made a lot of intelligible submissions, but he failed the analysis when he was analyzing the dynamics in Rivers State, when he was trying to talk about Wike, and I will tell you, if I were Wike, the best bet for him is to remain in PDP. The best bet for him is to remain in PDP. Even if PDP is going to win or is not going to win, the best for him is to remain in PDP. If Wike attempts to go to APC quite overtly, he's going to reduce himself like Awechi in Rivers State. Rivers people, as I know, are not like these follow kind of people you think. They are not. They have some of these eastern elements, which I may call stubbornness. They are very stubborn people, and this Amechi we see today was one time so influential in Rivers, just like Wike when he was the governor of Rivers State. But as immediately he switched over to APC, he lost relevance in Rivers politics. So if I will advise Wike, I will tell him remain in PDP, but maybe he might choose to be silent, but it pays him not to move. If he moves, he is going to remain irrelevant for the Rivers politics. Then again, he should be worried about what happens after his government. He should be worried. He has done, yes, we know he has spent a lot of money. He's going to be probed. He should be worried about that. So what I want him to be doing now is to strategically plan on how to get over that probe. If it warrants him running away before the end of his tenure, he should run away, to run away from those probe. But for him to say, let me move to APC or let me move to another party, I would not advise him to do that. He should stand firm and stay back in that very party, which I also see him doing. I see him staying back in that very party, no matter how uneasy it's gonna be, because he has said a lot of things about APC. He has stepped a lot of toes. So even if he goes to APC, what is he going to actually get from that very place? which appointment is he looking for, which I know they will not give him. So on that very angle. Then on the part of another part I wanted to contribute again is when Ovie said that in the southeast, that this southeast we are even thinking that they will all vote for Peter Obi. That when the big boys come and begin to, and I wanted to ask him who are the big boys he thinks in the southeast. Yeah, I don't think there is any politician that the southeast considered a big boy. That is, there is any politician that the southeastern people will listen to the way they listen to someone like Ojukwu. There is no such politician. I have never seen now in the southeastern part. Go to Enugu. Chimaroke now is finding it very hard. Chimaroke was like he has been relevant in the Enugu politics before. When he was
the Southeast listen to Abaribe.
Abaribe in Abia. The southeast people that listens to him are these Ipobians. Ipobians, because he has been saying something that favors, that movement, sort of, I'm not saying he's part of. You can interject. Yeah.
You said who are the big boys or elite in the southeast? That
yes, that the southeast people listen.
You said they used to listen to Ojukwu, right? Ojukwu first election wasn't going for the presidency; it went for senatorial seat within that region. Why you not win?
Well, during the time you are talking about, remember that a lot has changed.
After the Civil War, after the Biafra War, when the movement become more lord-like, he went for Senate seat. Now you know win.
I'm telling you, remember that. Wait. There could be other reasons like power of incumbency in the national. There could be other reasons like yeah.
The elite in the site is what is an average Igbo man known for? Business.
Yes.
That comes first before anything, even before Peter Obi. What they are rethinking now, how do we make sure we don't lose out at the central level so that our business can be protected? Remember, winner takes it all. Winner has a monopoly of everything, including violence. That is what those elite, people are called elite in the East, are thinking about. People who actually have reinvestment in the Nigerian state. Reinvestment, no be come and go. Those are the people I'm talking about. They are more after
I want to tell you something. I want to tell you something. I want to tell you something. I want to refer to maybe social psychology again. There is what we call attitude inoculation. There is a level you will push somebody to the wall. He tries to adapt to that very wall, and then tries to say, at this point I am, there is no other thing that I have not lost. So how do I put it now? It's just like whether Nnamdi Kanu lost his mother and his father in this struggle. He now said, at this point I have lost my mother, I have lost my father. There is no other thing that is beyond this. The federal government will do me to change my stand.
Average business in Oman has not lost their business though.
You said what?
The average business and Igbo business have not lost their business. The likes of Ojus Okale, which is the richest Igbo man in the world, the likes of Aris Airpeace, the likes of they have not lost their business yet.
I will tell you the Igbo men that lost their businesses very well. Do you know Ibeto? Do you know Ibeto? Do you know Ibeto? Do you know what happened to Ibeto Cement? Ibeto Cement, you should know him now. Ibeto is the second.
Is it the one that lost out to Dangote?
Yes. So a lot has happened.
Yes, so this is where I'm coming from, though, Father.
That is what I'm trying to tell you. That is what I'm trying to tell you. The average Igbo man.
This is where I'm coming from. The longer you stay out of power, the longer you begin to lose everything gradually.
That is what I'm trying to tell you now.
They cannot afford to lose another 8 years. You know that.
That is what I'm trying to tell you now. The average Igbo voter will tell you that he has seen it all in this Nigerian injustice. There is no other thing. He has already adapted to it. There is no other thing that you would do him now that he has not seen. So he will tell you, I would rather vote for this person, you know, even if he's going to lose, I will vote for him. Because there is no other thing I have not seen in this Nigerian system of injustice before. So I'm trying to tell you the truth. So if you're expecting that, if you're expecting that anybody will win Obi in any state of
this is the last question. I have a question though. What explain why all the Eastern delegate did not vote for any of the members in the PDP or APC? What explains that?
You said what?
All the delegate voters in terms of primary now. What explains why they did not vote for any of the members?
At the political level, our politicians are very corrupt.
So, but they still run the things. That's what I'm saying.
No,
they still control
that is what I'm trying to tell you. At the political level, our politicians are very corrupt. There is no credible. Most of them are not credible.
So they are not corrupt again.
They can do no. That is what I'm trying to tell you. They can do anything in the primaries. But when you now come to the population, to the Igbos, to the masses who are not this part of the political political class, they are going to do the right thing. I'm telling you the truth. Well, so if you want, we can bet it here, and I will tell you that we sweep all the southeastern zone. I'm telling you the truth.
All right, it's too early to say that. Anyway, it's too early to say that because
we can bet it at this level.
Let me tell you what I'm saying. It's too early to say that, Saki. You see, Obi is experiencing what is known as a purple patch at the moment. He cannot do any wrong, and then he will go through a phase where they will attack him, and it will really deep. Then if he's able to bounce back from that deep, then you will then start to consider him. But you cannot just, this is like a debutant moment, isn't it? He's coming into the landscape and the Southeast is excited by all of it. Then politics will come and hit him frontally. And I think they've already opened it up in Oshogo. They are going to come after him. If he's able to weather the storm and come out on the other side, then we might give him a bit consideration. But not in the debutant phase now. It's just
anyway. Let's be spectators. Let's be spectators and let's see the characterization of the political environment. In the southeastern zone. Then the comment I wanted to make on what Alexander Gomez.
Make it brief because I want to go on to Ajanle Koko and shut down.
It's just a very small purpose. So Alexander Gomez did a lot of intelligent presentations, but he flawed when he said that the southeastern people are the most discriminatory elements. Like, there is how he put it. Like, is it like the Igbos are the most discriminatory? There is how he's speaking from the inside. His wife being an Igbo lady, his wife is Igbo, so he's speaking from the inside. I don't know whether he made his conclusion on the basis of law of large numbers, because large numbers will speak better. When you are making such conclusions, you have to base your judgment on large numbers. So I think he flawed at that very statement. I don't believe that the Igbo people are accommodating. So I have not seen what an Igbo man has done to show that he discriminates other people. I have not seen that, So I don't know, but I think he flawed on that very statement.
All right, yes, maybe that's his subjective view. So I agree with you. Maybe too sweeping a statement. So, but thank you, Saki. So from Saki, we want to hear more from you, Saki, but the pressure of time leads us to Ajanle Koko. So Ajanle Koko, let's come to you.
Of course.
Yes. Ajanle Koko, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here, one man.
All right, brilliant. So Ajanle Koko, you know the talking points, but let me rattle through them and then you just condense them in one monologue. Muslim ticket. Bola Tinubu speaks on dropping Shettima. So he speaks only to tell you that you can go and swivel. He's not going to do anything like that. Ganduje and Babachir Lawal having a back and forth. Babachir Lawal going too deep on this Christian, Muslim ticket, and Ganduje cautioning him to watch his utterances because the nation is too tense for him to be speaking in that manner, one, and he's an insider too. OMOKRI back and forth with the obedience as usual, mocking them that, as everybody has said, this obedience something is just a Twitter movement. And the first chance to test it on the streets in real life politics, about 200 people turned up and they were shouting Unzobu Unzobu. So start from there, Janle Koko, Unzobu Unzobu. Let's hear from you.
Okay, thank you, woman. All our listeners around the world, please, at this point in time, click on the like button, share, and subscribe if you haven't done so. You see, the issue of Babachir Lawal and Ganduje is, they just tell me that they have problem in their party, within their party. They have crisis already brewing as a result of Muslim ticket. A lot of Christians within the party are not happy with that decision of Muslim ticket. And we heard that the Christian organ within the party in the northern part of Nigeria, they have make a statement yesterday that they are not going to vote for their party, or maybe they're going to move to another party. I cannot remember specifically what they said, but they said they're not going to. I mean, if I can remember, I think they said they're not going to vote for that ticket. So there's crisis. The back and forth between them, Ganduje and Babachir Lawal, shows that there is crisis between them. So how far can this crisis go is what we don't know. Whether they'll be able to manage this and pacify the Christians, we don't know what the step that Tinubu will make. Whether it's not going to be possible to to resolve it, time will tell. So that's on that. It's the crisis that is rocking APC on this Muslim ticket. I think that is why Kwankwaso came out with a strategic decision to pick a pastor as a vice president.
But why some Archbishop Idahosa from Edo? What does that add to anything?
Well, we might not look at him as a politician, as a notable politician, but he has brought something on the ticket as an alternative to Christians around the country, particularly in the South, that look, I have a man of God on my ticket. He can represent you well, and he will represent you well. Because what that means, a man of God on the ticket, it will surely never going to allow the interests of the Christian to be trampled upon while in government. So that's a strategic decision. He is, strategic politician. We come out with strategic decision when they have the opportunity to do that, and that is what he has done now to offer Nigerian Southerner and the Northerner as well that yes, a man that's capable of representing you well is on my ticket. So come for us. We will not trample on your interest. But the problem of that is that it might serve well in the North. Because what Kankaso is doing, Kankaso is a rebellion. It's a political rebellion it's a political rebel in Nigeria today, particularly in the North. So he's a rebel, and he's offering the Christians in the North to come in. So disaffected members in APC and PDP that are running out of that party are going into Kwankwaso's space. So forget about the South. He might not win. He might not get that vote as expected from the South. But in the North, the game is playing is to rattle these two political party, APC and PDP, to make a statement. If at the end he could not even win, but he want to make a statement to them that yes, it's a force to reckon with in the North. And if at the end of the day, after the election, this guy, if he pull a very strong showing in the North, it will automatically emerge as a political force to reckon with in the North. And that, I believe, he will, take advantage of that, maybe in the next 4 years, to come out strongly, for the position of presidency again. But what he's doing now, you cannot look at it. You might look at it that, Kwankwaso is, he brought somebody that does not, but that person on the ticket, the Christians in the North will look at him that, yes, this is a man of God. Let us go for this. Kwankwaso is their man, he's a northerner, and the Christian he have on the ticket is a Christian like them that can protect their interests. So let me tell you, one man, a strategic politician, they know the game. They know how to play the game. They know when they see the problem, they know what to do. They make strategic decision, in such a way that can move people on their side and vote for them. So we have seen it. This election is going to be tribal. Whether we like it or it's going to be a tribal election. People are going to vote for a person of their own. Northerners largely will vote for their own. And Northerner on this in contest for this election, Atiku and Kwankwaso. So on the tribal side, people in the North have two options now, that either Kwankwaso or this thing. So if they are what Kwankwaso is doing, he has offered them himself on the tribal line, and he has offered them the Christian assurance. They assure the Christian that your interest will be guaranteed in the office if I become the president. So it's look, don't let us discard the vice president that he picked, that as if it's not bringing anything on the table, is bringing an interest, and that interest matter to the Christians, particularly in the North. Let's forget about the South. He cannot win any place in the South.
Why didn't he just pick a big name like Oyedepo or somebody that actually carries weight? Why some unknown from Edo?
The Dawosa name is a known name in Christendom in Nigeria. The Dawosa name, you cannot push it aside. Even this Pentecostal, the Dawosa that started this Christian magic, he was can we call him the originator of this magic that they are doing? What do they call it? Do they call it
prosperity preaching?
Prosperity and
Pentecostalism.
Pentecostalism and what is this other one? I'm calling it magic, but what did they call it? Is it prophecy and all these things? So he's the one that started it, and that name, Idahosa, is not a pushover name when it comes to Christendom in Nigeria. You can't push it over. It's recognized.
I think he has best in Idahosa University.
Yes, he has Idahosa University as well. So one man, Kwankwaso, is playing the politics well. He is telling others that look, I know this game well, I know how to play it, and I will play it in such a way that it can give me vote. And I believe he's surely going to give him vote. He has suffered the Christian in the north. He's playing his politics in the north. The politics he's playing is in the north. He wants to rattle the north. He wants to take over the north. That is the game that guy is playing, which you understand Kwankwaso very well. Kwankwaso is not trying to conquer the south. No, he wants to conquer north. And once he achieves north, before you know it, you will see notable politicians joining forces with him, and it will spread over Nigeria. So don't let us discard him. Don't be calling him, how do you describe him? This non-entity politician, or he should collapse this thing for Obi. For what? Obi cannot penetrate the north. He cannot penetrate the entire south. But this guy is doing everything to conquer the north. And he has seen the opportunity, a door open for him on the biggest party made a mistake by picking Muslim. He picked a Christian now because the Christians in the north, they are crying over the choice of Tinubu Muslim. People think that maybe Christians are going to fight this time. They might not be doing it in the past, but this time they might be very serious because we know what is happening in Nigeria now, particularly in the north. The ravaging of some Christian village by these Islamist fundamentalists. These, I'm telling you, they will go for either Atiku ticket or Kwankwaso ticket. That is
but Akulata will tell you that Kwankwaso is just a political journeyman.
Forget about Akulata. And let me tell you, what does Kwankwaso has said it today, that he is not supporting Tinubu on anything. He has made it clear. What are the Yoruba people jumping up and dancing Palongo, dancing Peperempe or Fuji music and say, oh, look at the statement he made. Oh, it look like he's going to support Tinubu. He has made it categorically known today that I'm not supporting him and I will not support him. What else do you people want to hear?
But that's your point. One man. I think what I just don't say what I was trying to say. If this election goes second round and happen to be between Kwankwaso and Tinubu, what do you think is going to be the result? Having a Christian and Muslim on the ticket, or having a Muslim who said the result? You know the result already. So these are what these men are calculating, not the general election. General election don't favor anybody. You have to think ahead now.
Tinubu always wins now. Tinubu always wins in the election.
Okay. I just want to say something. The Christian will have to fight this time for their own. And that is what is going to play. Now, identity politics will determine 2023. Identity politics. Religion will come to play. Where you come from will come to play. But the most important is the union of the nation called Nigeria will be very pronounced come 2023. Those that want to go, we eat their cake. Come 2023, they will regret ever even singing that song, both from the west and from the east. It will happen 2023, and that's what you are seeing. They are playing against next round. No, that's why you see Atiku just did a look. It's not that he's confused. If you put, no matter how you punch the number of old memories, it's not adding up for anybody. And you are saying it. That's what Ajali was trying to say. And again, let me correct my impression. I don't think that we are talking about the same Idausa. Not very sure there.
No, it's not the same Idausa now. That is Idausa is long dead. Yes. But I think
Idausa and Idausa, I don't believe people no go carry last. Oba I talk by
he said, as we come to the end of it all. So thank you, gentlemen. Always a delight. When I have this sort of a crowd, enigmatic, apologies that you couldn't come on, but it's just the pressure of time. So when I have this sort of a panel, I'm always reluctant to stop the sessions because it's always this sort of a panel that usually when I have a yam head panel, I'm just waiting for just finish talking so I can go. But now I just want to carry on and on. But alas, always time kills it. So Ajanle Koko, Saki, Father, and Ovie whiskey.
Man, I send you one video. I post the link on the channel. That's what is happening.
But it's too funky for me to put it. I'll post the link for anybody that wants to come and watch it, that go and watch it. But I certainly won't be playing it. It's always Ovie. His usual.
He was on CNN. I got it from CNN. He was on CNN. That's Miami for you.
It's too X-rated for
anytime, any day.
Obi, are you going to relocate to Miami?
I'm not going to. As I hear now, my spirit is still there. I just come out there physically, but my spirit is still there.
You know. So do you drink tea or coffee or something like that over here?
My coffee.
Do you drink tea or coffee, or do you drink?
Yeah, I do. I drove 10 hours last night. You
know when you're drinking coffee, if you put two teaspoons of sugar, it will taste nice. But the time you put 5, 6, 7, it just be it's going to F you up. So too much of a thing is bad. Miami is for a weekend, not for living.
Must kill a man.
Miami is for a weekend. It's not for living. People don't live in
Miami.
They go there for a weekend and then they go back home. So
something must kill a man. And if that one kills me, it's a win-win. I'll be going smiling.
This is it. You know what they say? Live fast, die young, have a good day. So there it is. Thank you, Ovie. Thank you, everyone. So I'll leave it there. Carry conversation over in the comment section.
But Ovie, let me tell you something. If this election have to go into rerun, Kwankwaso will not be there. It's going to be between APC and PDP. And Kwankwaso will collapse. We put his support behind Atiku.
Okay.
That's what
the only reason. The only thing that would deny him being there if he loses the North. I don't see him losing the North.
If Atiku wins majority of the northern states, or be in the lead, it will be in the lead. It will put his weight behind Atiku. Yes. That is what I see coming.
Yes.
So over here,
it can happen. Yes.
Nice. Good morning to you.
Thank you.
See you now. One man. See you later.
All right, brilliant. Thank you, gentlemen. So the picture keeps changing with Ovie as the fortune officer.
Zaki, see you too. See you later, Zaki.
Yeah.
All right.
Salibi.